Hey, what's up, everybody? Nitreg here from nitreg.com, and Full Tilt is back up. Not for me, because I'm in the US, but for everyone else. And I'm here today with Matt, aka, I don't know if he wants me to say the screen name, I'll blur it out if he doesn't. Say what's up, Matt?
Hey, how's it going?
Cool.
You can say whatever you want, I don't mind.
Okay. His screen name is Glads, and he's here to destroy on Merge. Or, not Merge. Full Tilt.
No, not merge.
Yeah, he's on Full Tilt. So, I don't know, we're just checking out the software. Everything looks the same as I remember it. It's kind of cool, though, now because you can transfer money between your PokerStars and Full Tilt account. So that's pretty awesome. You just have to link your account. I'd probably just re-raise and get it in. I like the bet sizing.
Thank you. He calls. Well,
Oh, you have top set.
I'm gonna bet like an amount here looks like super C-bet.
What's the point of betting, though? Because if he has ace king, he's just going to fold. If he has jacks or tens, he might convince himself to fold. I think he could actually
I'm not really supposed to have queens here.
Why not? I think queens through aces and ace king is a good range for you.
Yeah, but now I can just shove. You'll call me with like ace king or aces.
My point was that if you're going to get it on two streets anyway, and since you have the board pretty locked up, you could possibly just check the flop so he could potentially stab turn as a bluff. Or also, if he has like jacks or tens or something like that, he could just overvalue it since you never bet the queen.
Yeah, I think betting a really big amount is bad on the flop, but I think betting an amount that looks very C-bettish if you had ace-king is very good, because a lot of players wouldn't 4-bet with queens pre-flop, so I think they're there, and like, I think it's, I don't know what I should assume today, if everyone's a reg or not, so, and I have no stats on anyone.
Yeah, well, everything about someone's range for 3-betting you from, like, you raise under the gun, he throw out from the blinds. I think most of the time it's going to be like ace-king, ace-queen, and like, I don't know, maybe jacks plus. So on that specific board, I don't think anything really continues except for like tens, jacks, and ace-queen, but you already had queens locked up.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, you probably keep his entire range in just by checking and potentially getting him to stab. Is this a donk bet? What is this guy doing? I wouldn't raise, though, because
why not?
Because he's just going to have an ace and he's not going to fold, and you only have flush draw equity. Also, even if he was potentially semi-bluffing with like a king high flush, he'll have you beat. Whoa, how did he fold?
I find most of the time when people donk bet into you, they're folding like at least 80% to raises. That's just what I find.
That used to be true as far as I could. I mean, through my experience, that used to be true all the time. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the games that I play. Whenever I raise, they like never fold. It's weird.
Really? I never have that happen. I've never been donk bet and then like raised them and then been 3-bet like jammed or anything. I've been called a bunch of times, but not often.
Yeah, there's weird things about different sites, and that might just be one of them. Like, sometimes people fold when they donk bet, sometimes people call. I don't know, I find that most people on, at least American-facing sites, when they donk bet, it's because, I don't know, they like their hand. It doesn't make sense.
I find donk betting is usually like 90% of the time middle pair. And
yeah.
Like another, or like middle pair or some kind of draw.
Or like weak top pair.
And if it is top pair, I don't think he'll stack off anyways.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about like merge and luck, though, is I find that people have been donking, but then still calling when you raise with those specific hands, and then you'll either like check down or triple barrel down, and they'll just show you like middle pair that just didn't believe you, and it's like what.
I think a lot of people on merge though have a lot better post flop skills. They're a lot more reggy, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. It's kind of weird.
I don't know. I've always found that when I played on PokerStars that raising donk bets,
yeah,
it's usually the way to go. Even if you have nothing,
Yeah, I used to do that all the time on PokerStars, but I kind of stopped doing that because it stopped working. So I just assumed that players stopped folding in general, but I guess if they still do that on the sites, then keep doing it. So it's all about fold equity plus your hand equity. You have decent hand equity, like 30-something% or whatever, but I didn't know how much fold equity you had. I thought it was going to be pretty small.
This guy's gonna fold here like every time.
So check.
No.
What? Wait, you... Oh, he raised preflop?
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably still check. Because you're kind of turning your hand into a bluff. I mean, it's not like you can get value on turns and stuff, but I find on that specific board it's hard for you to get sucked out on as well.
I just think that like if he doesn't hit anything, I'm never gonna get value anyways. So
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I don't mind it too much. I would probably fold the threes pre-flop though, just because.
oh, like, again, this guy checked, and one thing I've noticed
I
is
just stepped,
people,
like half pot or so.
people. Well, I mean, you could just this and they fold like every time. Like, okay, that's
Yeah,
a bad example,
it's
but
about the nuts.
when people check the flop after raising pre-flop, it's like the check fold way too much.
Yeah, well, they've either got a bad hand or
They usually
they're
have
going
like
for a
middle of
monster
the
trap.
range. Yeah. Because like think of reasons why you would check a flop like that.
Yeah,
Probably because you have like eights or something.
it's a great
And
board to
it's
c-bet as well. I just
Weird.
think you should fold
Oops.
pre-flop because you're just not getting a good price.
Yeah, with the nines.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
fold too. I'd probably fight like jacks.
I think nines play exactly the same as jacks. To be honest, I mean you get a little bit of equity, like you can hit a little bit of more of an overpair, but even if you're getting it all in post flop, like on the flop, and you have jacks, versus or if you have nines, like if he's trying to get it in on the flop, he's probably gonna have queens, kings, or aces anyways.
Right, well, that's the thing is I'm not really looking to get it on the flop. I just think that jacks have better post-flop playability since there's less overcards. So, if the board comes like, I don't know, queen 10 something, then, jacks, I'm still somewhat okay with just calling, like at least one street, and then kind of trying to show down, whereas nines, there's just more overcards that suck. It's better to have like second pair than third pair when peeling.
Yeah. Ooh.
Set. So, what's the thing you miss the most about full tilt?
My bankroll.
Touche, sir.
Thing I missed the I don't know.
Whoa, don't fold there. With
What,
fours.
fours?
Yeah, the guy was
It's
just like stabbing.
I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's bad. I mean, like, I have to fold the turn aggression if I don't hit a 4 there. So, like...
This range is super
whatever.
wide, though. I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to fold the turn. Like, let's say the turn is like a queen, and he just goes ahead and barrels. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Honestly, after playing, like, on Stars so long, I don't know if I like the full tilt software.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking that I like full tilt a lot more because, like, when I it's kind of a bad bet. It's okay.
I just bet like half pot.
When I think I liked full tilt so much because I kind of got there. When I was playing full tilt, it was like very fresh because I was just starting to play poker.
Fold twos. Yeah,
I'll call twos. I have to call two. How do you not call twos?
because he only has $1.30 behind him. Oh god, that's the worst river ever. Yeah, let's check.
I guess because he has this, but you have to figure if someone else calls, I instantly have amazing odds.
Well, you don't know that though when you call. Also, someone could 3-bet behind you, so you only want to call with deuces if there's a player in the pot that has deeper stacks, and you think that they'll stack off wide. But if the guy is just short stacked and you don't know what's going to happen behind, then it's kind of bad. Especially when
Folding twos there is fine. I like that.
I probably wouldn't raise here because he could potentially limp stronger hands than what you're raising. Also, when you hit an ace here, it's not like you can triple barrel for value because you have a really bad kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, the way you're playing it is fine post flop, but the thing is, it's as a bluff. So theoretically, if you're playing it just so you can see bet bluff the flop, you might as well raise with like deuce seven offsuit pre-flop.
Well, it's not for value because you have such big reverse implied odds.
Right,
Basically.
exactly. So
it's for C betting only.
So then why don't you do that with like deuce seven offsuit?
Because I had an ace blocker there.
Well, what do you want to block? I mean, if they hit the flop, they're gonna call, and if they don't hit the flop, they'll fold.
Well, if he's gonna fold, he could fold pre-flop when I make it 25.
Yeah.
And then even on the flop, there's a lot of flops where.
It's like fundamentally. Oh, how much money does he have?
Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's a newbie.
Like fundamentally, you want to have positional value and like card value, like a card advantage and a positional advantage. But in that hand, you kind of don't have either. So you're playing like out of position with a very bad hand. So.
This is an example. Yeah, I know what you mean.
This
is an example where this guy just has an ace.
Yeah.
This guy's playing 2 tournaments and 1 table to Zoom.
Yeah, there's no way he has worse than an ace.
There's no way he has anything other than like ace queen.
It's such a bad play too. I mean,
it's horrible.
It's like if you have an ace,
horrible.
You're gonna call and crush me, and if not, you're just gonna fold.
I could use some advice on this hand here.
I would
This is a
call.
weird spot.
I mean, you don't know anything about these people. If you knew some stuff about him, you could potentially 3-bet for value, or you could potentially fold if they're really tight. But I think if it's
I would usually lean towards folding.
Yeah. I just assume that it's 5NL, so people suck, but that might be bad. I mean, I would flat here with 2 suited Broadways because it plays pretty well, even out of position. But yeah, if you're right, if they're both like good players, then that's bad because you're never gonna like have them crush that often. And but I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming that's 5NL, so it's all right. But I might be wrong there because they might be good players. So maybe that's a bad assumption to have. Ooh, please do that. Oh,
No. I don't have no reads on these people.
that's true.
This morning when I played a big session and I didn't have hand tracking on. I was just like so out of it. And I played like super long.
Bet.
I'm gonna bet, just seeing how much to bet.
80.
And then I didn't have hand tracking on. Okay, this guy's just great. Can't do anything to get it in. It's horrible.
He's just gonna have a 9 most of the time. I hope he raises you.
If he raises me, I'm worried.
It's a 9 for sure. He's just check snap calling down.
He didn't snap call a river. He thought about it.
No, I meant. Oh, he has 10s.
What a bad call.
Same thing.
I never have. How do I have worse than 10s there?
Well, the flush draw is, so he convinced himself.
Silly.
Yeah. I like when they check snap call down. It's because he raised pre-flop and you called.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay.
See, this is one of those spots where I would start spazzing off. Like, I'd bet 50 cents here because he's kind of repping, like, jacks, queens, or kings.
Oh, I think he has an ace. I'm going to check it.
Why wouldn't he c-bet then?
Because, I don't know. This is like what bad players do. Oh, it's 7s. I think you call with 7s when I bet on the flop. It's so silly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what we were talking about a little earlier, was when people don't check, or when they don't c-bet those really obvious boards to c-bet, it's usually like some sort of middle pair type hand. It could be as strong as kings. I guess potentially that guy's really bad, so he calls with 7s. So
It's just weird that what he check calls there on the flop is like
it could be like
it's not supposed to be behind me.
Yeah, I mean it's almost exclusively like pocket pairs that suck, and sometimes 10x. But I think you'd quickly find out that if it's 10x or not. Oh no, you still there? Hey guys, we're back. So Matt had the blue screen of death happen on him. I thought it was my internet connection, but it ended up just being blue screen of death. So I'm just going to go ahead and merge these two segments together. So if there's that little weird break, that's why. But yeah, I can't remember what we're talking about, but we got into an interesting hand where we isolated a fish just before I started recording.
Yeah.
And we had a barrel down once or
Seems
twice.
like a
We
pretty
weren't really
tight
sure
thing to
what.
to raise that amount.
What happened there with the
The
ace queen
blinds.
hand? The guy threw bet you out of position, and he just folded. Was he tight? Or
I don't think like I'm ahead of him all
Yeah.
too often, unless he's
I
like,
guess it's rushed too, so people
Bluffing.
probably aren't just chilling around with ace three suited, just waiting to three bet bluff or something. So I think that's fine. Yeah, I'd probably fold 5-10 suited in a small blind. I'm probably fairly tight against in the small blind against people that have super short stacks because I'm just going to assume that they're bad players because good players don't buy in for small amounts like that. And bad players are probably going to be willing to play a lot of hands, even though it's rush poker. Now, if you're on the button, then I think it's slightly different. But when you're out of position, it's just going to make your life hell. So the pot's going to be fairly big.
and you get it with this guy.
And I don't know.
I
They have a
an
short
open
stack, so you
straight
can't
now,
really
it's the
do
nuts.
anything
Yes.
other than hope that they fold.
That's the nuts. Oh yeah,
Straight draw.
check it. Are you on crack? Oh, heroin.
Backdoor flush. Oh, check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it.
But I can just put them all in
Yeah.
there
No,
with like nuts.
he's never gonna fold any unless he has like a 9 or something. But
Look, it's nuts.
if he's gonna call it, anyway, you might as well check and get it. And if you get it, then you get them all in anyway.
not-
And if you don't get it,
I
then
don't
you can just
know
fold.
if shoving here is better than just betting small.
Now
or
he's
whatever.
gonna lead out, and then you're gonna shove.
Might look. I don't know. Maybe he's super bad and levels himself into thinking this is a bluff and calls with ace two. Yeah, but I think he bets the turn with any ace there. Actually, no. I guess because I was.
Yeah, I think he calls with any ace here.
Hey, no limping. No limping.
I don't think so. I mean, punish them.
Yo.
Show them who's boss.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. You fold. Gut shot.
Wow.
I don't think you have to like see. Oh yeah, just shove. I don't think you have to see bet so big out of position there. Like if he has an ace or a 10, he's probably just gonna call. Clip. Queen. So
I was just
if he's gonna
I've
play
been
very
testing
fair
a-
fold, you don't
I've
have
been
to make
testing on
it
the last couple
like
weeks
over
with just
3/4
betting a lot
pot. You
bigger,
can make it
and it's been
like
working out
60%
so
or
much
something,
better.
and that'll probably be good.
Especially like with semi buffs and stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
It's mostly though if I mean, you're getting yourself a worse price, so you have to ask yourself, are you really
compare
getting
it
them
a
to
little
fold
more? I
that
only have
much?
like
And there, if they have an
6,000
ace,
or
it's not
something
like
on
they're
it.
going to just like outright fold because it's an extra 10 cents bigger or whatever. Yeah, I definitely think that what you're saying is good in a lot of places. Like, I need to improve on that myself. Ace high's good. The nuts.
What can I be afraid of here? King Jack.
Probably
Rep a
call,
lot of
to be
stuff there. I
honest.
think Ace Queen is ahead of a lot of stuff I can rep with the raise.
Well, it's more of
So,
what you're repping.
That's why I do it.
Well, I think that when you check raise there, you kind of have the bottom of your check raising range. Because I don't think you're going to have a check raise there with, like, ace jack. So, I don't know. I think I think there I usually tend to like check call, and then sometimes I do like weird stuff. I might lead out turn. I think against the certain players, like check raising's fine, but I have to have specific reads on them. Like people that never fold anything, I'll check raise all day.
Wish I had hands on people. Like, I'm sure a lot of these people are people that I have hands on. It's just that I don't have hands on them with full tilt. Because like you can't tell me all of the regs that play here didn't play on PokerStars.
Yeah.
It's just silly.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy.
I wonder how many people are just like, oh hey, I've got a free $50, and then they're just playing this, or like how many people are just
like 30 seconds after it went live, there was
stars
extremely high stakes games going.
I mean, I wonder how many like regs there are relative to fish. It seems pretty fishy right now.
Oh crap! I totally screwed up here. That's so bad.
Any notable names?
If you folded, I would have just laughed my ass off. Oh, 60 cents?
The power raise.
Oh, I think you said 60 cents.
I bet 60 cents, yeah. No, 60%, sorry. Yeah, I think that's might be a little too big. Like, I want to bet an amount where I think that he'll call with like
worse hands. It's hard to figure out if he has top pair or draw.
Against that guy, I'd probably... Right, which is why I bet like half pot, because it's not a very big bet, but it still gets value from just
I think
random draws and smaller pairs. You could potentially just check call at 8-9 there twice, and then you just check river. So I think the alternative is like checking turn and then letting him bet river, which that lets him control the size, and B, it gives him a free card.
I think that
so I'd rather charge him twice and then check that river rather than
I think if the pot was bigger,
bet, check,
that
and then have to call off some big bet or potentially bad board.
To like discourage him from calling with draws, because my 9 there is not going to be good by the river, like a huge majority of the time.
I don't know about a majority, but it's the whole Sklansky theory of poker. I mean, if you're ahead, then bet. I mean, that's like the theory. Like, if you know that you're ahead, then you bet, and if you know that you're behind, then fold. So I guess just like that's kind of why I like bet small, bet small, bet small. Is that or bet small, then check river is because I think that on the turn river you could probably get called bet worse twice. So really
doesn't
small
always
bets.
have an ace, and he can fold a lot of hands here. Why does full tilt do that? It keeps me in the pot.
Or queen,
but it says like deal me in. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Like, PokerStars just checks you.
Should say like it should say sit in or something. The whole thing about barreling that turn though on the king 10 hand is you get to fold out a queen or maybe an 8.
Okay.
The thing is the 8 paired on the turn.
Yeah,
so
and I think I'm just gonna call to try to get as much money in the pot as I can and try to get on the turn on any card.
And then a queen potentially won't fold on the turn as well.
Someone flushes me, good job.
Is this guy donk betting?
Woo. I got top set. Top quads.
It kind of seems okay. Oh yeah. You got top set, so for sure. Let this guy own himself.
Well, what's great about it is that there's another guy in the pot. And
the sucky thing is he's probably just has a flush draw or something, and he's gonna whiff, and then he's gonna probably just check. So
I'm just gonna bet the pot here.
Right, that's why I like.
Actually,
that's a really good river too.
Like, what can they possibly have here? I can't bet more than this. Like, if you think about what they can actually have, like, what can they have?
I bet like 210.
Let's see what he had.
Lot.
9.
They could have quite a bit.
I thought he had.
There's a lot of like
something
the 8. The 8's a really good card for you.
I don't think I should bet on the
I think you
larger
should
side
bet.
there. I think.
I mean,
on
not
rivers,
huge,
like,
but
where you have a
you should
situation
bet
like that,
on the larger
I always
side.
feel like you should bet really small, or not really small, but small or big, not in the middle, because like.
Just bet like 70% and 9s, 8x, maybe even a 7's probably going to call in a lot of spots. I mean, like the draws, or the thing is, like the 8 is very coordinated with that board. So out of 2 people, someone's going to have an okay marginal tap hand that it will call on that board, I think. So I just bet big, and also people never really fold at 5NL or microstakes in general. So. I don't know. I would only bet small like that if you had like quad aces and the board was like ace ace. I don't know, 8-3-2 or something.
Yeah,
like
but
super
they call
dry.
that big of a bet on the river.
But that board
with
was
second
super
pair?
wet and
I don't
coordinated,
think
so someone's got to have, second pair type hand at worst.
Look at this guy's name.
Yeah, because the draws missed, and they would just convince
I know
themselves
you know
to get a
you
draw
suck.
because you would raise the turn with.
People have way better
short
names on
jacks.
full tilt. I wish that like I wasn't so new to the game when I made my.
I know,
account.
or I know that you know that I know that you suck.
Here, I don't think this is a good board to see bet.
Yeah. It depends what you think he'll call with, but yeah, I like.
I can
checking
call here
by
though.
default here.
Because if he's a thinking player, then
Let
he
him
should be
stab
betting
at it.
there when I check.
If the guy's a major station though, it's one of those things where you can value bet middle
And
pair.
this is a
Kinda what we're
good
talking
pot
about
or a
Yeah,
good
for sure.
river to just bet the pot. Because
He doesn't even have to be thinking. He could just be like, "Oh,
Well,
this guy checks,
I really
so
shouldn't.
I need a
I
bet."
shouldn't really have ace 10 here.
I don't know if
Like
I
I could have
pot.
an
I
ace
bet
there,
big
but
though.
I
I
really
bet
shouldn't
like
have
50
ace
cents or
10.
something.
Probably called me down with like king queen, 10-9.
I don't see why not, but see, that's the thing is you're thinking more in the the first, or I'm sorry, the second level where you're
Well,
thinking about what
The
he's
only
thinking
reason
that you
I
have.
think it's okay there is
which
because like the 60 cents is not
Isn't
a bluff
very
either.
good. I don't think because
And, like,
most people at 5NL
it's,
don't think
it's
about anything
actually
other
not
than their
thinking on the
cards.
second level. Fish
So-
love to hero call over bets.
Well, it's not because they think that you're bluffing. It's because they like their hand. They're just like, oh, I have a pair, so I call. They're not thinking like, oh, this guy is trying to represent this, and this guy has this range. They're not thinking like
I've
that.
always
That guy
found
was literally
that
like,
really fishy. There's
oh,
certain
well, the guy
players,
bet and
especially
checked,
on
and then
stars, that
now
they
I've
just
got,
love
like,
to
or I
like
had a
hero
pair,
call
and
over
so
bets because
I
they
just
just
have to
watch
call
too
my
much
pair and see
TV.
what's up.
It's like I always find like there's people like that. Like I think that was a hero call. I don't think he's calling there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had third pair. Like,
Yeah.
he's just calling because he has a pair, and also like
if,
people never
that's why I
fold to
love
bet check bet lines
betting
ever,
with anything
which
but a
is
flush
amazing.
if it's for value. Because bet check betting makes sense actually if flush gets there on the river. Like I have no problem doing that on the river. Only reason I didn't open ace jack is because everyone looked extremely reggy there.
Open ace jack.
No. Not necessarily. I don't think so.
Well, that just means they'll fold to a lot of raises,
I
right?
took such a big break from poker. I actually don't remember if ace jack is in my middle range. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. That was half the reason why I folded too. This guy doesn't have enough money. More money.
Should be.
Everyone needs to sit down with more money. I'm getting nice and deep now. No. More money, more set over set. I can't
More money,
believe how
more
cooler
problems.
I got today on this site. The very first hand I played, I just destroyed some guy. I got it in like aces, and he flopped a set of jacks, and I hit an ace on the river, and I was like, oh yeah, that's so like something off 2 months, 2 million. And then like I just got
Wow.
outrageously coolered for the rest of the day, and I was down like 4 buy-ins almost, so I just went to bed. Just like get up, and then the day becomes like insta shit within like an hour, and you just like go back to bed, be like, we'll try again later.
Huh.
I guess in theory with that 5-8 last hand, I could have called. I had the right odds to actually hit a gut shot. Don't know if you saw it. I had a dirty out. Oh, no, if I hit it, it's the nuts.
I don't think so, because when you hit it, you're not going to hit the nuts ever.
How are they all dirty outs? 2 of the outs are good.
You have, they're all dirty outs. Because people could float with 8-10. Like, if they have an open-ended straight draw themselves, when you hit that card, then you're going to get sucked out on, or you're going to get reverse implied odd, basically, because they're going to have, like, higher straights to your lower straight, and also one of the outs is a flush out as well. So, I just doubt you're ever going to hit.
No, I had 5-8.
You're never going to get a big flop or a big pot and win.
7.
Because if you hit your gut shot, it's going to be 4 to a straight. Or, no, wait, I'm sorry. If you hit a 7, 7, that would be 3 to a straight.
Aces.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to get a full stack, though, without them having you beat.
Oh, he's so bad. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Aw, snap.
Someone could.
What is this cold
Confused
calling
face on.
business? What's
Man,
he
like,
doing?
I feel like if I get raised
There's
here,
2 cold
it's just
callers.
over. I gotta
2
bet,
cold
like,
callers, and he
a
folded?
bet amount. I know I gotta get it in, but like, so not fist pump. It's so not fist pump. It's not even a fist pump. Oh wow,
No,
what
if you
an
get raised,
idiot.
you have to get it in.
That shouldn't be a fist pump. If the guy is like a reg, that should not be a fist pump.
Snap it all. Snap it off. Fist pump snap. Yeah, it is. What are you
You know
talking
how
about?
easy it is for someone to have tens there? Yeah, it is.
Regs don't
really
cold
wide.
call
Like,
3-bets and
I
then
guess
check
it's minor
jam
fist
flop
pump,
for 100 big
but
blinds.
someone could so
So
easily have
you
tens
can
there.
rest assured that
makes
his
so
range
much
is
sense.
incredibly wide.
Yeah. It's fist pump. Like
It's like
it's
major
fist
fist
pump
pump
that, like, I have to get
with
this
like
in all day, every day.
hesitation. I might
But
cringe.
it's like
and
minor
throw
cringe.
up.
Like
But-
he can show up with 10 so easily. Like every part of the way he plays makes sense. 10.
Yeah.
But then there's the other part of you that's just like, really, you're classically like afraid of the
People
one
have
hand
times will
that beats
check
you.
call and then they'll like check mid
know,
raise
and then-
turn.
And then
All
like
this
you
goofy
just
stuff.
put your whole internal, you just click the call so that you stop arguing with yourself.
Yeah,
Like it's fist
it's never
pump,
gonna
but
happen.
it's just like it's not fist pump, but it's fist pump.
Yeah. I'm never.
I want to get it in super deep again. It's like if that was super deep. Look at this guy, Durafan 146, and makes his thing the dog. Yeah.
Durer has 4 R's, right?
Wonder if any of the pros played
That
today.
guy has 3 R's. I don't know who the 3
I would
R
imagine
Durer
it
is.
so. I'd imagine that Victor Blom played.
I don't know. I can imagine so. Yeah. Like, oh hey, I've got
I'm never like
thousands of dollars back. Shove.
Wow.
Oh yeah, get it all in.
Wow,
He's gonna have
cool.
like ace 8 suited or something stupid. King 7 offsuit, yeah. Queen. I call it like I see it.
8 of spades. No. Yeah, 5 of spades.
8 of spades.
What? So I can hit my gut shot
Or
straight
5 of
flush?
spades.
Yep. Or he has the ace of spades.
It was coming, he just folded so you didn't see it.
I take mine off. Took all of mine
Yes. I like all the people with the little badges. Yeah. All those little badges are funny. Like, people super proud that they play Rush Poker.
off. Where?
Guys, I play Rush Poker. What's the little E thing on the top right?
Oh, edge. It's like the new
there was
VIP.
one guy. Oh, there's one guy at the
He's
top
bronze.
right table. See in the middle, one at the top.
I have it too, but
He's got a little T badge and a little E badge.
I took it off
Oh, okay.
for balance.
Nuh-uh. It's not saying you do. You're obviously not as cool as he
This
is.
is like, oh, he's a true poker player.
What's the little T thing?
We'll see what that means.
See in the top right table, like
The
Billy
true poker player
686. He's got it.
Earn your true poker player badge playing a full tilt with a wide range of turn. Oh, he
What's a
plays
true poker
lots
player?
of tournaments and lots of ring games.
All right.
He's a fish. That's basically the team means fish. That's
So he's the fish.
Oh yeah, when it went live this morning,
Yeah.
I looked at the 50 NL heads up.
I wish you
and it
could
was
like set up
1 out of 2, 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2. It was so funny, so funny. Because you know the people just got back on there and they were just like, ah, it's so good.
Bum hunting. Trap is set.
You put on speakers and then you put it up
I
to
don't know
like
how
a
people
pretty
play
high
heads up.
volume.
They gotta just
And then
sit
you just
there
go do
at an
whatever
empty
in your
table
house.
forever, waiting
And
for
when
the
you hear
fish
the
to join.
beep, you run to your computer. That's what they do. I'm not even kidding. That's what they do. All I hear is like, "Did-did."
Bink! Oh.
Hey,
Dee-dee-dee.
this is not
That's
a
right,
go.
the full tilt has the little
It's not. You want to buy the pot
DDD noise. Ooh, all in.
for a difference of 74
That
minus
is-
77, so $2.
It's a
It's yours.
sure. It's-
Ship the $2. Not a good all-in
Ace. Ace. Ace.
ever. Ace Queen offsuit.
Oh.
I disagree strongly.
Against a random
Just
short
because like
stack
his
fish.
raise amount is just so stupid.
It is. Why? The last guy that was like that had King 7 offsuit.
That's true.
Well, so I mean, their play in general is so stupid. I mean, yeah, they can have kings, queens, aces, but there's a lot of times where they're just like being goofballs,
He went check through on the
there's
flop,
so much
then
money
he
in the
called the
pot.
turn.
and they'll call it off
and
super wide.
Thinking about
Wait, what happened
Yeah,
here?
I'm thinking
King 10,
about it
and then
anyway.
check through on the flop. Oh, you let out turn. I would check river. What's worse? I'll call.
it's just pretty obvious that I have the best hand there, so I don't think it's about like who knows what's worse. That'll call. What's this guy?
I mean, it's gonna have, like,
I thought it was
jacks or
a
tens or
flush draw
something. I check what it is. I doubt he was ever calling. Yeah, the way he played it, like, I think a check call is better just because there were some draws that picked up on the turn, but even then it was more, I don't know. It's kind of suck. Your kicker really sucks. I mean, he's rarely ever going to have, like, a worse king, so your hand is kind of like
board.
a,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. It doesn't really play, like, middle pair.
Alright.
It's all the middle pairs be used.
Nice 10. You know how long I sat there trying to pick an avatar?
Little Mike Tyson guy.
I wanted to pick something just like so confusing, just like
Hey guys, how do you like
something
Mike
without
Tyson?
expression, like the ATM machine. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, what happens to the ATM machine if you put on confused or something? Like,
Yeah.
how does an inanimate object show emotion?
I used to
They have
play
the
as
Rock
him because
guy.
like I
Like
figured
the giant.
when I raised
He looks
people
like a
and I
folder
was that
with a face on it.
that they would fold more
They don't have a face on the ATM
because it
machine.
would indicate that I'm tighter. It's crazy. Pretty crazy. No.
That's some advanced full tilt
I
strategy.
do not
there.
fold like versus 100 big blind stacks with any pocket pair in any position.
Fold
Free
sixes.
flop.
Such a fish. That's really bad. Bink. I think you should have probably bet the
A
flop
huge
though,
hand.
on it with the king, queen 10.
Like,
But this
how
works
would you
too.
have a huge hand? I guess you, the
I
only
hope
big
someone
hand I could hope
has-
for there is like jacks.
A huge hand. Oh.
I still played 2 sets today and got rivered. 2 full houses, sorry, 2 full houses. Not sets.
They're still playing pocket set or bottom set.
See, like, this is a good board to just roll this guy.
That's what you get for slow playing. That's the thing that makes me cringe though, is he's not repping anything except for like flush draws.
Same
So
on
when you
Poker
raise
Stars.
there, I figure he's just gonna be like, oh, well I have a flush draw, so I call. But I guess on this site, people just donk out with complete air. Whereas on merge and
What? That's not
it
necessarily
seems like on merge and lock
true.
though,
Like,
they're only
unless you're showing
there
down with these
with,
people
like,
and you're seeing their
bottom pair
hands.
that they're never folding to a raise, or a flush draw that they're never folding to a raise. So when you raise that, well, I do shut
don't
down
even
because I either
triple
just
barrel
give
anymore.
up or I just or I try triple barreling them, which has always ended up bad. Or sometimes I bank like top pair on the turn, and so then I'll just kind of like barrel for value, and then they'll show up with like bottom pair there or a flush draw or something.
Full tilt. I miss my hotkeys. This guy, yeah, this guy's getting 3-bet.
They miss you. They have full tilt hotkeys.
They're deep, and he could fold here, and it's a bluff. And if I do hit,
to buy
I'm
it,
not
though.
supposed to have 6-7 suited.
Why are you 3-betting from the blinds against a random at 5-0?
Did I not make it 50?
You also made a really small amount. Makes it
Oh,
more enticing to call.
sorry, I just woke up when you started the video.
I'd probably make it 50 cents if
I,
I was
like,
to bluff it at all.
Went to bed at 11 a.m. this morning. It's
Yeah,
pretty
45.
great. I've been playing so much of that stupid video game.
Yeah.
It's retarded. No.
Oh my gosh.
Woke up. Oh yeah.
I guess it's like 8:30
I woke up
there,
at like
so
5,
you got
and I was like,
8 hours
no.
of sleep. Or 7, something
I need
like
to
that.
fix my sleep schedule. It's pretty gross, eh?
I I hate waking
I
up
woke up and
and
just
like
instantly
around dinner
had pork
time. It's the
chops.
worst feeling ever. It's just
Pretty
like,
great.
well,
And then
I missed an entire
in
day.
it in like 6 hours, I'll go upstairs and have oatmeal and a coffee because I'm like super paranoid about heart disease. 20 here, 20. It's like only a call because we're so deep, and if I hit a 10, I can
Oh
get
man,
all of his money, all the money.
call.
Yeah, but it's a pretty
What?
bad board to
It's
see
like
bet if you
call
think
with a
about it.
10 because it's very rare that he ever has a king. But if he barrels this turn, I'd fold. But he's not.
Here's a board. In theory, it could smash my range.
Why?
I
You have
guess
all
I'm just
sorts of
checking the
hands that
river.
are
No
worse than
point in
easy
betting.
bets.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like that because I've chosen today to assume
See,
that most of these
you're
people are
thinking
regs.
about what they think that you have
That's why I'm
again,
thinking like that.
but they're not.
Why? I don't think so. The only reason I know that though is because if I open PokerStars right now, the
I don't know.
pool
I would say
is
most of the people are
way like I
fish.
can show you.
Like,
It's way different
because most people are
than
getting
it should
their.
be. Like it's only got 243 people. It's supposed to have like 450 right now, which means a lot of players that usually play at this time are playing on the site. So that's
Yeah,
why I
but
figure
the.
that
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right there, but there's also people that probably haven't played poker in like a year that are like, oh, hey, I have money all of a sudden. Or, you know,
yeah, but
people that are busto. They're like
I feel like
chronically
those
busto
people
waiting
are
for the
going to
next
be people
paycheck,
that are
and then all
easy
of a sudden
to
it's like,
identify
oh,
via
hey,
their
you got
stack
$50
size.
now to go play full tilt. And you're like, oh, cool.
I mean, like, okay, that
Let's go
guy
run it
could have
up.
been like,
Like, there's so many of those players. There's a like the entire table is under
yeah.
$5
But I
on
mean,
the
like,
left,
I
on the
feel like
right.
if there's small stacks, then we can
I
make
mean,
those
there's a lot of people
we can
that don't
make
even have
like
full stacks.
fish adjusted plays. I mean, he could have totally just been still a fish that had a big stack. I mean, obviously.
It's true. I would just shove right here. He's probably
Like,
gonna
he's
call.
a fish. He's a fish.
Shovel
That
and
one
shovel.
is a fishy.
I like that it says. Oh, how does he want fold? I do that all the time against short stacks, and they just tank, and then they end up calling. They
It's the
have
great thing
like
about Rush, you
king
don't have
nine
to talk to
offsuit.
anybody.
You're
You
like,
just run a butt.
like I was hoping that you were just trying
Take
to
their
mess around
money
with
and
me,
then
you
you
big
just
stack
off.
bully.
Basically, that's all Rush is one big hit. Who cares? Honestly, even if you're playing like a normal table, if you hit and run, who cares?
Like hit and run them. Yeah, those are like people that get super emotional. Like it's a big
Sucks
personal
that this
thing.
is
Oh, he
three-way.
took my money, so I
I'm
have
out
to
of
take all
position,
his money back.
but the board is
I
so
don't want
dry that
anyone
I
else's
can't
money. I
ignore.
just want
Betting.
his money back because that's my shit. It's like what?
Pretty good turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it $1. I can't get called here. How do I get called
The
here? I
best
mean, unless someone
of the
hit a
barrels.
king. No, unless someone like. I think it's just like a human can't call here. It's like regardless of a fish. I think
Because
it's like
they're fish.
how, like
If they
unless
flop
you
an 8,
floated
there's
somehow
no way
a
they're
king
ever
queen.
folding.
How could you ever call there? I think if you're fishy enough to do that, they would raise their pair.
Well, because they're fish.
Flop.
They flop a pair,
Oh, it's
and
just what I figured they would.
therefore they like the pair.
Gamble.
What? Why? No. They literally see two cards and they think gamble.
This guy
And
gets
they're
all
like,
my money. Sucks.
Let's try to hit my hand. And then when they hit their hand, they're like, yay, I hit my hand. Now it's call down time. Well, the board's paired, which is nice. So he would have to flop like
Thank you. I
once
figure
or
he'll call me
plus,
with a lot of
and
draws.
he rarely
He
ever
doesn't
just
call me
check
at all,
calls
so I
at
should
6.
just bet big.
So I'd be pretty happy there. I like your c-bet size with ace king. Yep.
It's all
I
about.
agree.
It's all about when you get good at looking at lobbies.
I wish there was a scientific way to
You'll-
prove if there's more fish on or more regs
Really
on right
bad
now than, say, the ratio.
Don't play poker. You want me to open? Here, I can do this.
Hey, you know what? Poker Stars is probably really soft right now because all the regs went over.
Do it.
Well, I actually have to go meet up with some friends and probably wrap up the video now since it's close to an hour. So I'll probably just do that.
again.
Um,
Say that again.
but yeah, thanks for letting me
Just-
rail you a whole country away. And
yeah. Don't. It's probably just edit that out as well.
someone that's never played poker before will just skip to the end of this video and be like, "Oh God, what?" Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
It's gonna be me talking, and it's be like, "Well, thanks for letting me watch you," like big
Yep.
edited in voice.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
All right.
Oh,
Well, good luck with the rest of your session, dude. And
Ultimate bet.
I guess I owe you
It's
$2.
like more play chips than full tilt.
I'll ship you $2.
Oh. All right,
I'll give it to you on ultimate bet.
Why would I not?
Oh, yeah, it's got to be this hand. Oh God, I don't bet. Why would you bet?
Yeah, but if I'm gonna call, I'm gonna shove.
Bet it
He's got 82 cents.
because now you bet.
Oh, he's gonna bet 50.
Well, now he's gonna bet, and you call.
It's like the pretty bad river.
No. His
Okay.
betting range is wider than his call range.
All right. Sit out next big blind. And
Yup.
we're done with this.
Call. Super small.
And then I'll
Yeah.
recap.
Cool, man. Oh, okay. I'll just wait till you finish then.
I didn't make a profit this session. Explain that. It's Durfin.
It's
So we
Durfan
should
again.
Be calling every time
The
here.
3-yarder. Well, I think he's a reg. Abort. Abort. I don't know if I would see about that, just because
Feels like he has king queen. I feel like he really has queen.
on the flop, I think a lot of his range just doesn't fold here.
Don't have
Unless
to
he
lie.
has-
Just 'cause I just
I don't know.
think he has king queen. Why? Why?
Why would he have?
If he's
Why
Durfan.
would he have a queen? That makes
That's
no
why.
sense. He would never call a flop with king queen.
But he's Durfan.
Because king queen
True.
would bet
Would
the
Dur
turn
do that?
as a bluff
You have
because
to
they only
super
have
playing
king
against
high.
Dur. Same Dur.
I don't know.
10 jack. Nuts for the
It's a
last
3-yarder,
time,
not the
and
4-yarder.
Come on. Just let me open. You're a true poker player. The thing I don't like about Full Tilt is that when you check them out, it doesn't say how many tables of Zoom they're playing or Rush, which is a big reason why I might actually stay on Stars, because that has led me to such incredible decisions.
Really? I don't know. I think after 10 hands, you can most of the time, or a lot of times, figure out whether they're
I've only played
fish
22
or somewhat
minutes.
decent. Like if they just like open limp and they have a short sag, like they're obviously
Whatever.
a fish. But yeah,
Oop.
sample size.
No problem.
All right, dude. Well, I gotta take off and close this video. But thanks for playing, letting me record, and I'll see everyone next time. Peace out.